Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Ibrahim Traoré's era. Today we bring you one of the most heated discussions from West Africa. Ghana has signed a $1.5 billion agreement with Qatar for large-scale food production. At first glance it sounds like great news. Qatar, one of the wealthiest nations in the Middle East, has agreed to inject massive funds into Ghana's agricultural sector. The arrangement looks simple. Qatar will gain access to vast farmlands in Ghana, employ Ghanaian labor for farm and food production, and export the harvest straight to Doha and other Qatari cities.
They will be left with $1.5 billion. That is going into food production. You know, Qatar does not have the land to produce the food to feed its population. Now what they want to do with us is that they will make the funds available. They will secure land, irrigate the land, allocate the land to the farmers to produce the food, and then they will buy the food and export to Qatar.
The Ghanaian government is excited. Officials are saying this project will create jobs for young people, revive the agricultural industry, and generate foreign exchange. Social media has exploded with praise. Many are calling it a breakthrough for Ghanaian farming. But here at Ibrahim Traoré's era, we must pause and ask the hard question: is this truly a victory for Ghana? Let's break this down. Qatar is one of the richest countries on the planet, thanks to its oil and gas. But there is one thing they cannot produce at home: food. Their desert terrain cannot sustain large-scale farming. For decades they have depended almost entirely on imports. So what do? Instead of battling nature, they turn to Africa. They look at our sunshine, fertile soil, and abundant rainfall, and they see opportunity. Ghana, with its vast agricultural lands and experienced farmers, becomes a perfect target. Make no mistake, Qatar's move is not about charity. It's a calculated strategy. They are securing their food supply by using Ghana's resources. Yes, $1.5 billion sounds big. But for a nation like Ghana, blessed with gold, cocoa, bauxite, oil, and rich farmland, it's a small figure. Think about it. Ghana could have mobilized its own resources to build state farms, employ its youth, and feed both its people and the world. Instead of waiting for Qatar's offer, Ghana could have created its own national food export company, invested in tractors, irrigation systems, fertilizer plants, and processing factories. Then countries like Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and even Singapore could become Ghana's customers. Ghana could say, "Tell us what you want. Rice, wheat, vegetables, millet, we will produce it, but on our terms and at our price." That is real business. That is how you control markets. But by giving Qatar access to Ghana's land, the nation is handing away a golden opportunity. Imagine this. Instead of celebrating a lease deal, Ghana could have flipped the script. With the same $1.5 billion Qatar is offering, Ghana could have established large state-owned farms and modern processing plants. The unemployed youth, thousands of them, could have been mobilized into these farms. Food grown could supply local households and also be exported. Within just a few years, Ghana could emerge as the food basket of Africa, and even the food supplier of the Middle East. But now Qatar will own the harvest. The food grown on Ghanaian soil will largely leave the country, enriching Doha while Ghana celebrates job creation. This, brothers and sisters, is why we must be cautious. The deal looks sweet, but it could be a bitter pill for Africa's future. Compare this to Burkina Faso under Captain Ibrahim Traoré. Instead of letting outsiders dictate the terms, he is nationalizing farms, reclaiming land, and ensuring that whatever Burkina Faso grows belongs to its people. Burkina Faso's message is clear: if you want our food, you buy it from us, but the land stays ours. This is the kind of thinking Ghana must embrace. Otherwise, it risks repeating history, remaining a supplier of cheap labor while outsiders walk away with the wealth. Let us ask the uncomfortable questions. When Qatar takes over these lands, who decides what crops are grown? Who decides how much stays in Ghana and how much is shipped out? The answer is obvious: Qatar, and that's dangerous. Imagine a drought or skyrocketing food prices. Will Qatar prioritize Ghanaian families or their citizens back home? History tells us the answer. Ghanaians could end up as farmhands on their own soil, growing food that never reaches their kitchens. This is not just about Ghana. Across Africa, leaders celebrate when foreign investors arrive with promises of aid and jobs. But in reality, Many of these deals are modern-day colonization contracts instead of chains. Foreign nations don't come because they love us. They come because they need something: oil, gold, gas, or in this case fertile land. And when they leave, Africans are often poorer, while their nations grow stronger. Food is the new gold, the new oil. Without food, no country can survive. And Africa has what the world is desperate for: fertile soil. If we give it away, we give away our power. Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger are showing a different way. They are saying no to exploitation, building their own farms, and keeping control. If Ghana continues down this path, tomorrow it could become a tenant on its own land. But if it chooses self-reliance, it could rise as Africa's food capital. Traoré of Burkina Faso once said, "If we cannot feed ourselves, we cannot be free," and he is right. Ghana has everything it needs: land, youth, resources. What it lacks is bold leadership willing to think beyond quick cash deals. The 1.5B agreement with Qatar might look like a win today, but in 10 years, history may call it a mistake. The question remains: did Ghana secure its future, or did it sell it cheap? This is Ibrahim Traoré's era. What do you think? Did Ghana win or lose in this 1.5B deal? Drop your comments, share this video, and let the world know Africa deserves better.